Coming up on today's show, could the Seahawks franchise tag Geno Smith? Also, we're going to look at three players that will likely not be back in Seattle in 2023. All that and more. Let's get started here on Seahawks Today. Tyler Jones here with you. Happy to have you with us. We begin today's show with a report from Ian Rapoport of the NFL Network. According to a rap sheet, he is saying that the Seahawks are going to do whatever it takes to keep Geno Smith around in Seattle, that he will be back in 2023. Here's what rap sheet had to say. My understanding is the team wants that to continue. I've been told Geno Smith will be back in Seattle in 2023. He is genuine. He is well-liked. He has played great. He is also a free agent, and they are going to try to work on a new deal. There is also the franchise tag available. Expect them to use that if necessary. $30 million plus would be double what Geno has made in his career. Now, we've talked about for a couple of months on this show that the Seahawks were planning to re-sign Geno Smith. But we haven't used the two words franchise tag when it comes to Geno Smith. And to me, that tells me a lot, that Seattle is all in, that they're fully invested in Geno Smith, that they are not going to let him walk. They're going to do whatever it takes. To me, that is fascinating to hear them talk about franchise tag with Geno Smith. That says a lot about what they think of Geno Smith, that they believe in him, what they saw from this past season. They are all in on Geno Smith. If it takes the franchise tag, so be it. Geno's going to be back and be the starting quarterback for the Seahawks in 2023. So your turn to be the GM here on Seahawks Today. If needed, if they can't come to terms on a contract of some sorts, should the Seahawks franchise tag Geno Smith? If you think they should, type Y for yes. If not, type in for no. You might get an ad break. If so, take advantage of it. Get your votes in. Y for yes, in for no, if the Seahawks should franchise tag Geno Smith. So let's look at a couple potential contract options for Geno Smith if he were to stay with the Seahawks. Of a couple ideas that were thrown out by Sporting News a while back. A 2-year contract worth about $28 million would pay him an average rate of about $14 a year, with about 21 of that guaranteed. That'd be about 75% of his contract. Another option could be a 3-year deal, which would pay Geno Smith about $63 million, averaging around $21 million per year, with $33 million guaranteed. That's just over half of that money in Geno Smith's contract that he would for sure get without question. The numbers for Geno Smith were spectacular in 2022. Remember, he set the yardage record for passing in franchise history this year, 30 touchdowns, 11 picks. He was also the most accurate quarterback in the National Football League with a nice 69.8 completion percentage. And the PFF grades also backed up what Geno Smith did this year, with an offensive grade close to 80, a pass grade at 76.1, a run grade at 82.8. Can't forget about his running ability as well. And he also protected the football, avoiding fumbles with a grade of 81.5 there. So let's play buy or sell here on Seahawks Today. I want to know, is Geno Smith the right guy for the long term? I'm not just talking about a franchise tag of a year or two, but for the long run. He is a little bit older. He's been around the league for a while. What do you think? Are you buying or selling the idea of Geno Smith as the long-term solution for Seattle at quarterback? If you're buying, type B for buy. If you're selling, type S for sell. Let me know in the comment section below. The offseason is here on Seahawks Today, and we have you covered with daily news and rumors segments, our live shows each and every Wednesday as well. This is the place to be if you love your Seattle Seahawks. We are your off-season headquarters. And, folks, we are getting very, very close to 34.5K in subs. This channel is growing. We are a rocket ship. And if you love your Seahawks, you need to jump along for the ride, because this is the place to be for daily Seahawks coverage. Help us get to 34,500 subscribers on the channel now. We're just a little over 200 away. Subscribe right now, and you'll be glad you did. Moving on now, let's shift gears and talk about the changes of the roster in 2023 for Seattle. Fansided put together a list of players that will likely not be back in a Seahawks uniform next year, and also potential replacements for those three players. We begin with Drew Lock. Drew Lock, of course, the backup quarterback this past year for the Seahawks, did not play a single down in 2022 and was in a quarterback competition with Geno Smith in the offseason, ultimately lost that quarterback competition. Here's what Cody Williams of Fansided had to say. For as much potential as Lock has, he hasn't been able to put it together when on an NFL field. And while he could be considered a cheap backup option as the team appears set to bring Smith back, whether on the franchise tag or a longer-term contract, the Seahawks might actually be better off to let him walk. Now, I know it's unfortunate for Drew Lock, but the truth of the matter is Drew Lock missed his opportunity. He did not look good in the preseason, and you look back at his time in Denver, that was not good either. And Geno Smith was just on another level this year. And I know it's unfortunate how things go sometimes, but this just didn't simply work out for Drew Lock. There's no hard feelings, but I agree. I tend to agree that Seattle is likely to go another direction in their backup quarterback next year. A couple options, according to Fansided, the early favorites to fill that role: Will Levis, the quarterback out of Kentucky, who Mel Kiper has as the number one quarterback in the 2023 NFL Draft. Taylor Heinicke, the Washington Commanders, will be a free agent. Then there's Hendon Hooker from Tennessee, was arguably the best quarterback in college football this past year, but tore his ACL at the end of the season, so you wonder about his availability for next year. So what say you? Let's play truth or a lie. Drew Lock will not be back in 2023. If you agree with that statement, type T for true. If you disagree with that statement, you think it's false, type L for lie. Let me know in the comment section. T for true, L for lie, how you're feeling about that one. These days, every new potential hire can feel like a high-stakes wager for your small business. You want to be 100% certain that you have access to the best qualified candidates available. That's why you have to check out LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn Jobs helps you find the right people for your team, and it's free. Whether you're looking to hire employees for management positions or day-to-day operations, whatever it may be, LinkedIn Talent Solutions is the place to be. And here's what you can do. You can add your job with the purple hashtag hiring frame to your LinkedIn profile and spread the word that you're hiring. Simple tools like screening options make it easy to focus on candidates with just the right skills and experience so you can quickly prioritize who you'd like to interview and hire. It's why small businesses rate LinkedIn Jobs number one in delivering quality hires versus the leading competitors. You know, I've been in the job market before, and I got to tell you, LinkedIn is a huge help to find the job you want and to find good candidates. Get signed up now, linkedin.com/NFL Daily. Post your job for free. Check it out. All right, let's move on now. Who is out for the Seahawks, according to Fansided? The number 2 player, I don't think this is going to surprise anybody, is L.J. Collier, the edge rusher, former first-round pick. Here's what Cody Williams had to say about Collier. In his first 4 years with Seattle, Collier was just plain bad. This past year, he was relegated to a backup role on the defensive line, not even getting to play on the edge after he proved ineffective in that role. His pass rush never developed as the club had hoped, and he remained a tweener that had effort but not enough talent or skill to get by. Look, I'm not trying to be harsh and crush the guy, but, I mean, simply put, he was a bust. Okay? I mean, L.J. Collier did not live up to the hype of what was asked of him. I know the defensive scheme changed a bit, but L.J. Collier just never really developed for this Seahawks team. And we all saw this day coming when the Seahawks did not give Collier that fifth-year option. It was obvious that they were going to move on, go another direction. Potential replacement options, according to Fansided, include Tyree Wilson, the edge rusher out of Texas Tech, a phenomenal football player and one of the best players that we have ever seen come out of Texas Tech, probably since Patrick Mahomes, believe it or not. DeMarcus Walker, edge rusher out of the Tennessee Titans, is going to be a free agent, as is Zach Allen, an edge rusher within the division with the Arizona Cardinals. Potential options that all would be better than L.J. Collier at this point in time. So, with the sayonara greeting for L.J. Collier, how would you grade his run in Seattle? It wasn't good. What do you think? A, B, C, D, or F? Let me know in the comment section. Be honest. Get out those red pens. Tell me what you think of how L.J. Collier's career went in Seattle. Let me know in the comment section below. The last guy on this list, Rashaad Penny, another name out for the Seahawks. And I know that Penny is a fan favorite, and it's not an argument about talent and skill set. When he's been healthy, he's been really good. But he just simply has not been reliable for this Seahawks team. Cody Williams had this to say about the situation with Penny. Unfortunately, Penny got hurt once again and then made way for first-year back Kenneth Walker III to come in and snatch the RB1 title. Now it remains unclear what will happen with Penny this offseason as he's scheduled to be a free agent, but it does appear more likely that he'll be left to walk as he could get a decent payday, and Seattle has its new top running back. And we don't have to go over replacement options here for Rashaad Penny because the Seahawks already have that guy. Kenneth Walker was phenomenal this year with over 1,000 yards rushing and a lot of touchdown scores. He is the guy. And quite frankly, he's better than Rashaad Penny. Things worked out. Now, they might still need to draft a running back or sign a free agent to be your RB2, but replacing Penny in itself has been done with Kenneth Walker III. So before we go, quick question. Name a player the Seahawks should sign this offseason. This free agency period is going to be certainly something for this Seahawks team as they try to build upon this wild card appearance and 9-win season. Who is somebody that they should zero in on and add to this roster next year? Let me know in the comment section. You can also follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, talking about your Seattle Seahawks there. We have your offseason covered. We'll see you next time right here on Seahawks Today.